Welcome. Today, we're going to discover how I went from secret agent to making six-figure plus, attracting clients online. A blueprint that blew up my brand without breaking the bank. Believe it or not, real estate schools are teaching this. What not to do during a down cycle. Don't invest in expensive advertising. Well, I would say that this is a recipe for maybe going back to a job somewhere and getting out of the real estate business. I saw that. I took that on a pre-licensing test recently, and I went and started up a street text funnel. Only an hour live, and I got my first $1.50 lead in. So while folks are hiding under the desk, don't buy it. It's not the place to hide. Who am I? I'm EdHooksJr. I have a history of commercial construction, engineering, primarily in fire protection, contracting. I'm a tech developer, a consumer product developer. I've done sales and support for software and more. I began real estate in 2011, stacking up some credentials. I'm a certified luxury home marketing specialist with the Institute. Real estate negotiation, renovations, and commercial real estate advisory as well. I've developed software in the past. I've most recently developed Expect My Call, a mobile app available on the Apple Store. The perfect fit is my book. It's on synchronized selling. It's the book about why Expect My Call exists and how it helps me keep my bottom of funnel commitments organized. Brokered by eXp Realty by accident. You want peace, orphan stress, and drama, and you will have peace.
Marketing is the biggest driver to business results in the world. Sales is amazing, and I love being a salesman, but sales is just bad marketing. Marketing is the most important thing in the world.
And Gary Vee is right on point with that. In 2023, you need to come above the noise. You've got to get yourself to not be a secret agent anymore. The old tactics that they teach you when you come out of real estate and go to, the big box brands are for the most part dead wrong. The tactics don't scale. It's a frustrating job. It leads to inconsistent production, which leads to 87% of our interested quitting before they reach their first renewal. Deep networks are built, and that's where your consistent pipeline comes. Becoming known is essential for sales success. You got to rise above it. Got to rise above the noise. Find your people. Market share gains in this current economy will be retained. I need more people now. I'm having a renaissance, and I'm not participating in the recession. This is for you if you're thinking about the future and making your own economy. If you want to succeed at building a real estate business and not just have an inconsistent producing job. If you're a secret agent, tired of chasing deals and having people run away from you. If you answered yes to any of these, you have potential, and we can help you create your business. Let's get started. Presentation topics today. You are the rainmaker. Building brand new, SEO for yourself, and becoming known. All of these are how you move from secret agent to celebrated agent. This is Jay Kender, top producer, top real estate coach for several years.
Their industry, the brand manages the customer experience. Yeah. In real estate, the agent manages the customer experience. So if you do a good job with your customers and you leave and go somewhere else, they're going to come back to you. Yeah. It doesn't matter where you're at. They don't care because they didn't encounter the brand at any point in that process. Yeah. The same thing, if you have a bad experience with a company, you may never go back to that company because of that shitty agent. So the brand can actually hurt you too. The bigger they are too, some people have a bad experience. There's shitty agents at every company, including ours. Let's not pretend like we're perfect. We're not. There's shitty agents at every single company.
So be the agent you'd like to be. Your brand, your business. Whoever's brokering your deals now, they're benefiting with every deal you sell, whether they provide you value or not. We're going to build a brand. We're going to have all the value, and we're going to take it with us down the road. There's 8 stages of real estate business, and agents from 0 to 28 years will fall up and down inside of this scale. So it's a very, very rarefied air to get up to the 8th stage. It's a choice. Your business, you choose. I want to respect your time today. Investing time in solutions is what I'm about. I'm a fan of radical responsibility. Leave issues with me. I will provide solutions without emotionally being bound up in the circumstance. And that's how I move quickly from issue to issue, keep myself productive. Every winner rolls with radical responsibility. House rules. No lazy agent becomes celebrated. No easy buttons here, and complacency will kill. No get-rich-quick schemes here. We do offer support. Not a paid coaching pitch. There's no leverage in that. Trading time for dollars is what we're trying to get away from. I do have confession. I suffered from early success and bad habits created by fear, largely. Procrastination. A comfortable place that causes many agents to quit. Never really creating a real business. I was oblivious to the assets in my reach for almost 2 years. It's been about 18 months when I really got serious about becoming a celebrated agent and a person of interest. My initial conflicts, I got into the real estate business because my wife told me I needed a job. I'd been entrepreneuring, watching businesses start and fail, accumulating credit card debt. I was really inconsistent on revenue from 2008 to 2011. And Donna said, you got to get a job. Okay, I'm going to be a realtor, but I don't know anybody. I haven't been here. I wasn't raised here. How do I find a sphere of influence? I don't have one. And the old school is, well, start working on your sphere. All right. My sphere's not here and they're not buying. Now what? The bottom, I was recruited and then abandoned by broker after broker. I've been stolen from. I've had agent agreements canceled and been removed from MLS listings on the day a contract was executed for properties. I've had international cybersecurity patents stolen from me. I've had $100K in credit card debt, which is not great for the marriage. I don't recommend that. It will guarantee you a steady diet of you should have known and regret. I decided to exchange my bad habits for better results. Got to decide to go pro. All circumstances are fuel for prey drive. Give me any circumstance, I will observe, orient, decide, and act my way out of it like a Marine. Information plus my effort is required to get out of any circumstance. The sooner I can put it in the rearview mirror, the better. So decide. 0 bad days. So after I decided I was going to go pro, I decided that the Zero to Diamond program was really talking to me. Relationships are better than transactions because relationships make transactions happen in groups. And if my intention is one of service to my clients, then I'm not chasing them when I meet them and they don't run away. Math is undefeated. If you prospect 100 different folks in a neighborhood, you're probably going to find some as your closing skills develop. You will find some people that will talk to you. And if they will talk to you now, they will probably be able to work with you later. All you have to do is stay in touch. After I found Ricky Carruth and Zero to Diamond program, I found Coach Michael Burt out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And he has several programs. He had $1 million follow-up. He's got a legendary selling system. And the one that was most intriguing to me was his person of interest program. So a person of interest has impeccable skills, which people pay for. They have a very high prey drive, and they're constantly in motion. When they enter a room, they bring with them a vibration of contribution, and they have contagious confidence. I want to be a person of interest. Well, you start by being a monster producer. And a monster producer, per Coach Burt, is a legendary creature that combines multiple skills to dominate a market. And whenever you become that, you're on your way to becoming a person of interest. What makes you say that? Well, interested is interesting. It's how we convert clients from customers. We give the impression of increase whenever we go from a place of contribution and authenticity, listening for clues, how I can connect others for solutions that aren't about me. Karma never forgets an address, and that's good and bad. Whenever you help somebody improve their life or ease their life by offering connections and solutions, you will be rewarded in the end. $1 million follow-up. So synchronized selling. I'm contacting these people. I'm beginning to have a relationship with them. If it's nothing more than, can I send you an email from time to time so we can stay in touch. Whenever you need me, you find me in your inbox. Synchronizing client rhythms on their time and not mine is, in essence, what happens to everybody. Some people by accident, others intentionally. So I developed $1 million follow-up program, or the legendary follow-up tool known as Expect My Call, available on the Apple Store. And it is a list of people that I need to get in touch with in chronological order of when I need to get in touch with them. And I maintain notes on the status of the relationship, where they're going, what's the next step toward the goal of their real estate dreams or their business. I help people in business improve their business as well. Whenever you're contributing to them, they'll keep you in mind. When they have an opportunity to refer you, more likely it's going to happen. So synchronizing the client rhythm, I go intentional touch to intentional touch. There's no check-ins. We always go from, okay, you were going to do this, and then we're going to get ready to go to the next step. Persist on the client's time, not my schedule. And as soon as you touch them, you can put them aside with the next intended date that you're going to touch them again and what the next step in the journey will be for them. The turning point in my journey from just being able to take and convert my basic free networking folks was whenever I started learning about attraction marketing from Michael Reese.
On this episode, there is a better way, and it's called attraction. And it's not agent attraction, it's attraction. Whatever, you can attract anything. How do you attract people is by understanding the framework, understanding what governs the law of marketing, right? You can go do videos, but you can leave out your call to action. You could have a bad headline. You could pick a bad topic. You could have a terrible thumbnail and no one will consume it. But again, once you learn those things and skills can be learned, what's that worth? Well, I don't know. One video could be worth $1 million. One video could be worth $1 million. I think it's worth the effort of investing your time into really thinking about your business going forward. Because what you don't want to do is look up 3 years from now and say, man, I wish I would have started doing this. It really, really works. This is amazing. I just wish I would have started 3.
I wish I would have started 3 years ago. That's for sure. But hey, today is as good a day to start as any. So I've studied how to become a person of interest and a monster producer with Coach Burt. I studied how to relax around talking to people and just trying to figure out who my people are so I can attract my 20% out of the population that I encounter. And I've sought expertise from lead gen masters like Mike Reese and Woods Davis and Jake Kinder. Conversations create closings. The more conversations you have, the more money you will make. Next topic, build brand you. So the internet's a big place and there's still plenty of room for you. Internet Base Camp is your brand and style. So back in the day, you could have a big broker logo and they would advertise on TV that people watched, and it might have meant something more than it does today. It's becoming less and less about them, and it's more about you. As Jay said earlier in the message, the agent is the brand now. So if your brand is about, I'm here to open doors for you, that's not a very valuable brand promise. Start with your brand you style guide. I've got a template that I'm happy to share with you. It's a brand you style guide. It will help you go through creation of logos and taglines and the assets that you need to have a consistent voice across the internet for yourself. Most big businesses have marketing departments. They spend lots and lots of money on brand style guides. For real estate agents, you can start off with a very simple one. The main takeaway out of the brand style guide you will get is that as you're going across the internet searching for places to put your mark on it, you can just copy and paste stuff out of a known location and not spend time spinning your wheels looking for stuff or recreating copy. So I started on my internet journey was I was like the rest of the 87% heading heading for an expiration, not a retirement out of the real estate business. I did go the extra mile though. I bought a domain to have a special unique name for my IDX site. And this image is my internet footprint and my toolbox combined in a mind map. And the reason for that is I needed to start figuring out where I had been putting stuff, because I was so busy creating things and creating this mosaic of search engine opportunities that I really wasn't planning. I was just doing. And as I said, I'm very comfortably, I must have been in the middle of the 87%. The company gives me a tool that's a CRM. It's got some automation opportunities with it. It's got IDX. It can build squeeze pages, which are ways to get people to look at properties and get them to register if they'd looked at properties. And I didn't use this at all. The first year, I had no interest in KV Core. It was a useless tool. I did, as a luxury home marketing specialist, I did want to have a nice home page. So whenever you could go find my, if you stumbled across my website, you at least have not an unpleasant experience being there. But you could do IDX searches here, and this is my page. And I did buy a domain from GoDaddy for that. It's ColoradoLuxuryPropertyExpert.com. So I went the extra mile and I added a domain. It's kind of funny. I also had an email address, and the email address ends in EdHooksJr.com. And the reason I do that is, well, after being stolen from previous folks that had databases that were proprietary to the brokerage, where I could put all of my work into their system that they could kick me out of at any point in time and have an opportunity to reconnect with all my past customers. I decided that my inbox is to be my inbox. I forward my corporate inbox. I do keep my corporate email. All the mail going to that address forwards through to my address. So if I ever lose that and lose interest in the brokerage, then they can have whatever's in there. I've never logged into it. So more websites. This is my EdHooksJr domain. I need to spruce this thing up badly. So I need to get that on the asset inventory list and fix it. Omnipresence. We want to attract attention. We need to be everywhere. And nothing drives me more crazy than rolling into realtor.com and looking at a profile of an agent. And it's the silhouette picture, not even a headshot. And there's no bio about who they are, where they came from, what they like to work on, what kind of property do they like to sell, where's their expertise. They have no brand, so I just assume they have no expertise, right? Maybe they're part-time, maybe they're no time, maybe they already quit, maybe they changed brokerages and they just don't know. But complete all the profiles you can everywhere. Fill out your brand style guide, take the brand style information and do a Google search, agent profile, and find all the websites on the internet that you can register a profile. If you can do it for free, do it 100%. If it costs some money, see if its value is up to snuff for buying the profile. Find your voice. You gotta interact with content on social media. I believe that's almost as strong, maybe sometimes stronger, when you're trying to build network and trying to become a person of interest, that you can gain more by interacting with posts of other people than actually putting your own images out there. Find your voice, organize and maintain your assets, review your asset list as you need to change things, as you add credentials to your knowledge and skill base. Go back and run through those profiles and update the bios, right? You update the bio once in your main profile, give it to a VA or personal assistant, have somebody else run through the 40 websites and copy and paste that language in to those websites. Capture your essence, chop it up, target it for the channels that they're on. I use LinkedIn and Instagram primarily, and Facebook has a lot of automated stuff going into it, and all my Facebook ads go into there. I don't spend a lot of time in there. I should spend more time interacting with other client client posts and so forth like that. But the different places will have different audiences. I am in LinkedIn because I'm interested in talking to people that want to do commercial real estate deals. So LinkedIn is more of a commercial real estate platform. It's not Facebook. And then Instagram is more of my hobby folks. Then those folks I interact with a little differently. So whenever I take information that I capture and I distribute it across different platforms, I will give it a personality based on the platform it's going to. Brand you. This is the goal. You want to be able to Google your name and smile as you scroll past the pages of results.
Because he's the guy that goes in, actually makes the stuff work. And we had a client that had a we work on a model, we do our marketing meetings on Monday, we go through the math.
And the more different channels you hit, the more verticals you hit. We started with directories and profiles, but content's out there for contents for blogs, contents for video. Everything that you put out there is a search engine nugget. Riches and niches, free audiences. So first is areas. Find an area that you love to sell property in and go learn about it and post about it. We recently had an opportunity for an internet land grab, and I grabbed castlepines.real estate. There's probably no less than 250 agents within 5 miles of Castle Pines. And I don't think that, obviously, none of them knew that castlepines.real estate was a domain that was going to be available from the Get Real Estate folks. But hey, it is. I grabbed it because I had a feeling that it would be good at some point. Hobbies. I'm a member of the Rocky Mountain Region Porsche Club of America. I organize social activities, monthly social activities, and coordinate with business owners that have an interest in serving the Porsche Club clientele. I'm involved in my local community business networking activities, whether it's a chamber or the Business Over Beverages bunch, getting out, moving, circulating in the community. I'm a past president of the Castle Rock Historical Society and Museum. So these are all free opportunities to get out into the community and develop your brand, develop your voice. They all will make you money. A lot of my brand voice come from reporting news. And if you don't know what's going on, then you can't share it with your twist on why it might be interesting or why it might not be interesting. So I've recently subscribed to Inman Access. I don't know that you need to have information. If information makes interesting conversation, we need to have conversation. So buy a subscription to something. Wealthmanagement.com. As a luxury agent, I like to have my fingers on the pulse of what people with private offices might be doing with their money. I think wealth management is a place. Depending on what your niche might be, there'll be a place where you can find news. It might just be, I'm working on first-time home buyers, so I want to keep tabs on what the mortgage news is doing every day. So find news. I also repurpose news on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is a place where I do a lot more commenting and a lot less actual posting. And I need to be ramping that up, and I'm going to be ramping it up as I start doing more chopping of content from video and podcasting. But LinkedIn has had a subscription service for a number of years, and there are people that will spam you all the time. Hey, I see you're this, I see you're that. I want to jump on a Zoom with you and sell you something. And I really didn't want to buy into that. And what I found is that my interactions, just interacting with comments on posts that are out there on contemporary news, gets me a lot of people looking at my profile, a lot more than if I was spamming my name out to them. And then there's the Father's Day edition for my ad in the Porsche Club High Gear magazine. I do that primarily as a donation. It gets in the inbox, and it gets in the mailbox, postal mailbox, of over 3,000 families on the Front Range in Denver, Colorado. The 5 pillars of attraction marketing. Attraction marketing has key performance indicators for each of these pillars. I use the pillars to categorize tools and assets I add to my asset inventory that I can then from time to time audit. I was using a teleprompter tool for a little bit, and I always pay my tools but like a year in advance. If it doesn't work if I can do without it by the end of the year, it's automatically out and the subscriptions get canceled. I'm using it frequently and it has a place in this stack that I'm going to keep subscribing. Brand mapping. I had to reverse engineer my brand map because I kind of shotgun scattered it out there whenever I started, as I saw from the internet boot camp of one IDX site and one domain and email. But I've got a brand development section. I've got CRM tools. I've got search engine optimization area. And then I've got just domains that I might have a presence in. That's my brand asset map for my internet footprint. And those map in also to the brand asset inventory, and it comes together with subscriptions for tools. And altogether, that makes cost of doing business for the year. You got to invest in you. There's no question about it. You're in business. Only businesses that produce income will require marketing. If you're in a hobby business like I started out 3 years ago, then you don't need to invest in anything. You can just have fun and knock around town, and you'll swerve into deals from time to time. If you want a consistent deal flow, you need to invest in you. You need to invest in marketing. You need to invest in you. Let's see what Michael Reese has to say about that.
If you look at the average real estate agent, just the average and their average income, that one mistake, that one business practice, I think it sharpens your skills, puts you into conversations that only make you better. And in lieu of doing them, it's only you're deciding that I don't want to get better. And doing that, you'll be paid for, you're either going to be paid as an expert or you won't. And if you can't position yourself, articulate why someone should do business with you, then they should do business with you just because you can unlock a door. Then you're going to be in for a very volatile real estate career.
A little tough love there from Michael. If your only value proposition, your unique selling proposition is somebody that you can open a door for them for a house they might want to buy, then you're not in business. Be fearless. When you're investing, it takes some intestinal fortitude to invest in yourself, but you got to have the mindset of imagining that there are no limits to your potential income next year. When I think that way and I look at investments as what is the payoff for adding this tool, for taking that class, for adding that service, what's the demonstrated return on investment? And then if the demonstrated return on investment is 5 times the cost, then don't get bogged down in the payments. Invest and take 5 times. Content creation. So it doesn't really take a lot of tools to get started. And you can start yourself and work yourself out of a job, which is what I'm working on doing. I started off with an iPhone and the iMovie app to create my first YouTube channel videos. I also added, because I'd heard a little bit about how YouTube was being successful in certain real estate markets. One of the keys to that was a thing called TubeBuddy, which helps find good keywords to add to your video descriptions and so forth. The capabilities in iMovie were not quite there, so I found Filmora from Wondershare, and I started buying Filmora annual subscriptions. Filmora is a great tool. It works. The editing process is almost identical to iMovie, so it was very easy to transition to that. And then I added Ecamm Live, and Ecamm Live is a full production toolbox. It allows you to overlay different assets, different cameras, stream them live just with a click of a button. I can go Facebook Live, I can go Instagram Live, I can go LinkedIn Live, or I can create a recording of a produced piece, which I use that more frequently than going live yet. ChatGPT, if well instructed, can produce a great starting point for content series. You want to make blog posts and have marry that up with Instagram images and marketing captions for the different blog posts to, to market your blog. Everything is search opportunity. So in 1 minute, ChatGPT created a 90-day series of blog posts and marketing hooks to get people to go read those. It's worth a look. It's not all the hype that the people came out with, but it's definitely a time leveraging tool. Otter AI is also in my toolbox. I use Otter AI to take video. I feed in video, and out comes MP3 audios as well as transcripts for recorded podcasts or just videos that I do. And my latest tool is a thing called Opus Clip. And this is very cool. I can take a long form video or a podcast it's particularly good at. You can take a long form video podcast and you can upload it to Opus Clip, and it will give you 10 viral clips ready to post on Instagram to get people to go be interested in your. So we talked about free stuff. Let's talk about investing in paid stuff. I tried Facebook advertising, and Facebook advertising was dreadful for me. I put an ad out and I get nothing. When I went to Street Text and took a chance on them, only because they said, we have ads, we have a library of ads, and our library of ads, we've got statistics on that they actually are working across the country, United States and Canada. And we'll be in front of the Facebook ad manager, so you don't have to deal with that mess. And that was, as a software guy, most software is hostile. I really don't like the Facebook ad manager. I can't imagine how they could have made it more hostile from a user experience, user interface way. I just don't. So Street Text comes along and it actually works. List Reports is another cool tool. List Reports will be mortgage loan officer supported. It is a tool that you can put an address with Zillow pictures and address and Zillow pictures for a for sale by owner, and it will create a marketing kit for that for sale by owner in about 10 minutes, including sucking all the pictures out of Zillow. One of the coolest thing about List Reports, I find, is all the information that it will give you about that address. And this works across the country. You can put an address from anywhere in it, and you can find out what amenities are nearby. You can find out what the schools are like nearby. You can find about the activities that the local folks are doing, and you can find out what to eat and how far it is to get to it. This information should have been in MLSs like a long time ago, right? But that's another story. So find listreports.com, find a loan officer to help you sponsor it, and then get one of these, tie into the text for more information, find out more information about this home. Text 4114ED is my special code. If you text that information to that 800 number, the physically, geographically closest listing that I've ever put in List Reports will pop up into your a link for viewing that single property website will pop into your mobile device. This is the coolest thing. So I use that on my sign panels. So anybody rolling up, in addition to the MLS information that goes in the local MLS, I have a List Report listing there. So anybody driving by can text that information. They can see the single property website for that particular home that they're sitting in front of, and they can call me. And I know I get all their information. Their contact information is like complete. Very good stuff. HomeBot is a seller. It's a monthly touch for sellers. Any buyer lead that comes into my funnel, I'm going to spend a moment with Been Verified or True People Search. I will put their home address into HomeBot and send them a HomeBot subscription for free. The sellers like it. They don't reject it, even more importantly. And my face is showing up on their digest every month, along with the loan officer that sponsored it. Great tool. That's a picture of my sign panel today. Text 411 for Ed to the 800 number, and you will get a single property website for the property that's closest to you. Events and coaching, company events, industry events. Success leaves clues. You need to be around people that are having success. If you want to have success, be around the people that are having success, leave behind the people that aren't having success. It's a very simple recipe, but it does take some investment. SEOs and funnels. So video makes the world of SEO sing. And the reason for that is that a YouTube video is owned by Google. And YouTube videos are all indexed with the Google search engine. Any video that I create and put link into a web page that I own will make it more interesting for Google. And when I have more things interesting for Google, my search engine optimization is improved. That's the least expensive search engine optimization you can do. You don't have to pay monthly to keep on the first page of Google. You just have to do something. Put some content out there and link in videos. Then they'll be visible whenever they search. When people are searching for those keywords, they'll have an opportunity to be seen. YouTube videos are also evergreen lead generation. People can watch those videos at all hours of the day, around the clock, from anywhere in the world.
I think most agents have probably experienced this. That if you tried Facebook ads before and it didn't work, there's so many things you could do to improve upon an ad. And the call to action, what you're saying, the image in the ad, all of what your offer is, all those things can dramatically change the impact. Also, the speed of response, one of the most important things. You're 106 times more likely to reach somebody if you call them in the first 5 minutes versus in the first 30 minutes. So if we can create through automation and technology a way that happens automatically, it's just going to help you increase their conversion.
That is all great stuff, Jay. That information and knock 3 times, you can actually have Facebook ads that perform well. I discovered this with my street text time. Ira says, well, whenever you're ready to hit launch, he said, put 3 instances of the ad in there, and it will create the exact same text, image, ad 3 times. And they will get pushed out to they'll use 3 different algorithms to find an audience for your ad. And after 24 hours, you're probably going to take one of them out that's a 0 producer. And within 48 hours, you'll know the winner for that ad for this time. And you shut the other one off. And I know that the one that I have running is not the one that produces nothing, like my own efforts produce whenever I first started doing Facebook ads. So that is worth the time that you spend here today. That one nugget of knowledge is worth thousands of dollars. So what I do with street text, I use a tool called Zapier, and I will take street text contacts that come in from Facebook, and I will inject them into my KV Core CRM. And it puts them in there as buyers. It puts them on a buyer's journey for automation. Automation is good. So let's talk a little bit more about marketing with funnels. So I've fixing my attitude. I've getting over my fear of talking to people I don't know. I'm not afraid to dial people anymore. And I'm now having some success getting people's attention with Facebook ads. And now I want to go a little bit deeper. I want to do a little bit more with funnels, because you just need to have a great offer and you need to move people through the pipeline. So that's the next frontier. They're simple and easy when you know it, and it leverages automation. So that's good. If you need a good listing funnel, listingclass.com, Michael Reese. He can show you how to improve your listings by going after people with funnels, and it's good stuff. Automation is where we're going now. Scales the touches for cold traffic. So one of the pillars is we want to do cold traffic conversion. So we want to get in front of people. We're going to get in front of people all over the internet. They have tools like retargeting that allow you to keep putting information in front of people. But the biggest thing is it's the leverage. I get 80% of the people that they're not interested in working with me. And I want to let KV Core, my CRM, figure out what those 80% are. And they can self-select out. I don't have to spend time on them. So I use my CRM to drip attention, knowledge, and my personality on them. In addition to having just a generic buyer's journey, I will fairly frequently make a dub video, which is it's a video messaging platform, or I'll make some video about some aspect of the real estate world that's relevant today. And I'll go send a mass message to 250 people in KV Core to put that message out. The ones that look at it and read the content and consume the content, they're warming up. Whenever they're ready, they're going to be mine. These, as I was studying what Michael was up to and his funnels, these are all opportunities. Depending on what your location is, one of these could very likely be relevant. I don't even see the new construction funnel, but the new construction funnel was the first one I found from Michael. But having a strategy and a valid marketing thesis that goes along with that strategy is what we're offering. It's what it's all about. Systems that are proven to work, to invest money and energy into, to create a stable pipeline for your niche in your neighborhood. Traffic conversion. So traffic conversion is largely about closing skills. It's your belief, it's the practice, and it's who you're becoming as you're improving yourself. Closing skills are know, like, and trust, right? You should know that 20% of the people will do business with you and the other 80% will not. And that's just the way life is. Math is undefeated. Like, people like when you're interested in them and what they're doing. It is also a very, very key to my success in moving people through their hesitations. I move people through their fears and hesitations toward the vision that they have shared with me. So whenever I'm interested in you and asking you, tell me about yourself and your real estate goals, tell me about the vision that you have for your next house. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? You're giving me the keys to motivation. And anytime that you feel like you're falling off on the motivation, I can just bring up the reasons that you told me that you're looking to be motivated. So know, like, and trust. I can be certain about things. I can be certain that I know when your motivation is, that I can motivate you to make that goal. But contribution is not about manipulating people. It's about understanding where they are and with confidence and certainty helping them get over their own hesitations towards making the reality of their vision come true. Becoming known. So the last phase of Celebrated Agent is going to be the longest run. The first two phases, you should be able to within 90 days, you should be able to see real traction on becoming a rainmaker, building a brand voice on the internet and around your neighborhood, and starting to develop some content that will be search engine optimization worthy. Becoming known is, I'm going to say, it's 80% attitude, and it's 20% collaboration and contribution again. I started during COVID with Clubhouse, drop-in audio app. I learned from that experience that audio and contribution.
Whether you're new to real estate or you're a seasoned vet, if you're not generating business consistently, turning strangers into clients, creating a value proposition can change your business overnight. Warren Buffett's famous for saying 50% of your success is your ability to articulate your durable competitive advantage, why someone should do business with you over all alternatives. And the question is, do you have a value proposition? Do you have a value proposition for buyers? Do you have a value proposition for getting more listings? Or do you have a value proposition for recruiting agents to your team? Regardless of whether you're a solo agent, whether you're a team owner, or you're a real estate broker, regardless, whoever your client is, they're looking for solutions in the marketplace to their problems, or they're looking for desired outcomes. That could be finding their dream home at a discount price. That could be finding a real estate brokerage with a smaller split, or possibly offering ownership, or it could be a buyer that's looking for the best interest rate. Bottom line, consumers, when they're looking to solve problems, a lot of the times go online, and that's where they're introduced to marketing messages. If you have a strong value proposition, when the consumer comes into contact with your marketing material, they're going to pick it up. It's going to stop them dead in their tracks. And they're going to say, well, how does that work?
So as you can see from listening to Michael just that far, attraction marketing is a science. It's not theory. The folks that Michael and Jay have been coaching for many years are producing big numbers. Everybody is searching for answers. Every brokerage is recruiting people to their team. Leverage is how you get out of a job and into business. So you're going to, if you want to build a business, you're going to recruit some people. Certainty is in demand, not I love me messaging. So if you're going to spend a bunch of time putting on just listed and just sold by me, look how great I am, context and content, you're not going to find a very large tribe. Voice is king. I love voicemail message drops. I love SMS message drops that allow you to accompany it with a small image. I've actually been using my funnel platform, Tracked ROI. I've used it in the past for broadcasting to a group of commercial agents a property that I wanted people to know about that was for sale. It was a parcel. And I had several folks comment that that was interesting that I sent that picture in their text. They'd never seen that before. We're in the marketing business, folks. When you market, you win. So voicemail messaging, podcasting, and going live. Those are keys to becoming a person of interest. Video messaging. Video is the way of the future. I decided last year it was videos coming. I was going to YouTube and I made efforts to get that way. And I didn't get as much effort into that as I needed to. So that's an ongoing project. But this year I've added podcasting. And podcasting is good. It's also a video. So I can take a video and I can put it out there and I can scrape the audio from it with Otter AI. And I can put that into RSS and have it shoot out to Apple Podcast or any other of the podcasting platforms. So it all comes together. Once you get all the tools together to get into the habit of blocking out content creation time and using and you don't want to get blocked by it. You are the content. What you think about what's going on in real estate in your niche is important and of interest. Then you got to expand your network. We want to collaborate to create experience that widen our audience. I love Coach Burt. I'm trying to do some collaboration with him. I love Joel Boer. Joel Boer has got First Direct Marketing. He can put a geofence around the sporting event or the concert venue and direct your marketing right into those people. When you have a business, call Joel. Barbara Majeski, TV personality and direct sales royalty. All these people have networks. Mike Scirocco, he had a big team of mortgage originators. He's moving on into building other business types now and help people actually become persons of interest, strangely enough. AI is here and it's time leveraging. AI is not a thing unto itself that's going to be the be all and the end all. What it is doing is it is showing up everywhere. We have ChatGPT, which allows you to very quickly create a series of content topics and even content copy that can be pretty good. But Ecamm Live is integrating ChatGPT AI into their platform. And Filmora Wondershare is integrating ChatGPT for certain purposes of creating scripts and so forth in their platform. So ChatGPT and AI, and I can't forget Opus Clips, which is just, it's staggering. It's amazing that AI is time leverage. Anything that we can do, if I can take a podcast and have the audio stripped out so I can shoot it off to syndication, and I can take that same video and put it in Opus Clips, and I can get 10 posts that are unique for posting out on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to get people's attention on that podcast. Everything that I put out with my search engine keywords is improving my searchability. So wrapping up, I've shared how I did it. You can do it too. For you, attracting clients with a personal brand will become a game changer. And here's the 4 simple steps, the 4 C's. You're going to capture and share your essence, your contribution to your clientele. You're going to chop and modify that captured content across as many platforms as you can possibly make it happen. You're going to consistently go back and capture and chop and modify the content. And you're going to collaborate and amplify your network reach until you become a person of interest. It's not easy, but it's very simple. And with our help, I think we can get there. For me, attracting clients with a personal brand has been a game changer. It's a lot easier. It's as confident as I am that I can pick up a phone and talk to somebody that I like. It's very nice to have people call. And when you get your YouTube game up, people will be calling you. I was thinking about it early this morning that the guys that had real traction in YouTube early on were all about capturing reloads. And obviously reloads are a big thing right now with all of the U-Hauls moving out of certain states and heading for a certain few other states. But if you think a little further about it, there are people all the time that are moving just around, right? A great deal of my new construction traffic is about people that would like to be in a particular neighborhood or development, and that the YouTube content that you create for that development is a micro relocation, but it's still the same kind of information that these macro living in Castle Rock, all the things that are going on here, the cool things, where people go, what they're doing, all that stuff, that works on a micro level too in any reasonably sized development, no matter what state you're in. So don't find excuses, find solutions. And if you believe that you could be growing your business with a personal brand and you haven't yet, know that I'm not trying to sell you a lead generation system. If my team was willing to help you create your brand to build a consistent business, would you want our help? For those of you who said yes, why would you? What gaps do you see that we could help fill out of the information that I've shared today? No matter what stage you're in, whether you're a new agent or want to build a team, or you want to expand into other markets and leverage the opportunities to share your knowledge and contribution, we can help you build your brand.
I didn't sign up for this to help you, whether you were only ADHD. I signed up to help you in your business, and that's what I'm about. So my hope is that it's not that pasture's not greener on the other side, and that we provide so much value that you can't imagine not coming back. But I'm not going to stop trying to help them. That is leadership. That is how you retain agents. That's how you get people to come back. There's no way I'm going to treat that person poorly when they leave, because I don't believe what they're doing is best for them. Even if she feels like she has to do it, I'm going to let her go fail, and I'm going to bring her back, and I'm going to help her the whole entire time. And nobody else is going to try to help her more than I do. And that is how I'm going to treat every person that we bring into this company.
No sale. I'm not going to sell you a coaching program. If I were, would you want our help? What we are offering to do is partner with like-hearted agents without charging them a dime. Is this you? Maybe. If you'd like to know more about that, get a free strategic plan at no cost or obligation. Visit agentstrategycall.com. Sign up for a time block. And the first question I'm going to ask is, will you commit to becoming a celebrated agent? I'd like to also offer you opportunities to attend a Monday Mastermind. We have billions of dollars of production that are available and on tap for weekly masterminds. And it's current events, relevant activities to building production in real estate business. If you do like dialing and circle prospecting, grab Expect My Call, and I'll offer a $1 upgrade to prospecting for life of a subscription. It's $5 a month to run Expect My Call as your follow-up system. The brand asset inventory. These collateral pieces I'm happy to share with you also. Let me know if you want them. A brand style guide and an asset inventory worksheet. And I want to encourage you, have a renaissance, not a recession. End your recession with greater market share without doing creepy stale stuff with attraction marketing. I'm Ed Hooks Jr. I'm happy to have spent this hour with you, and I'm happy to help. So from a sunny float down the Arkansas River, I'm going to bid you adieu. Sign up for a strategy call. Shoot me an email if you would like to have any of the collateral pieces I've mentioned in the attraction marketing talk today. And I wish you all the best.